Hey everyone, hope you're well. I'm going to warn you at the start of this video that there seems to be the start of a storm outside. Every minute or so there's a big crash of thunder. I've heard people screaming out there because they're hearing it and running home. So if it starts to get a little bit mad outside, I may have to cut and come back in a second or whatever. But anyway, hope you're all well. As I say, I've had quite a busy week. It's been really cool actually. First thing you might have noticed, I'm sat in a different position. This isn't the permanent place or way I'm going to sit, but what basically we've done, I was going to bed the other night and I suddenly thought, if I got rid of everything down my side of the bed and put a desk in there, I could have my lamp set up, my tripod set up, I could have a proper chair to sit in, I could generally turn it into a desk area that I can record at, I can work at and so forth. I thought Claire would never buy into it, not in part because it needed to push the bed sideways slightly, meaning she lost about that much space down her side of the bed. But when I suggested it to her, she went, yeah, let's do it. So I ended up literally dragging, I used to have this thing here, isn't connected to that one. It was on its side and it was where I put all my clothes. It was where I'm sitting right now. And I just dragged it, lifted the telly up, slid that underneath, moved the telly up slightly higher. So it means I can lay in bed, play my games comfortably, which was a bugbear. When I was sat there playing games, I was always kind of looking slightly down. Now I'm lifting my head up. It's much more comfortable. It means that everything's just on there. I can just sit straight on. And yeah, I'm really excited. I know it sounds silly, but I said to Claire, this kind of ties into another theme that I've been talking about a lot. I said to Claire, I've thought of what I want for my birthday. I want to get a desk. I want to set it up so I can do recording. Claire said, I need to buy a desk because work have got an incentive on where if you get a desk to work at, they'll give you £100 towards it. So she was like, I need to get a desk anyway. Let's just get a desk and work will pay for it. So I went from having a birthday present idea to having no birthday present idea and a desk anyway. So I'm like, yeah, it's a win and a loss, really. It's a win-win loss. So that's cool. My plan is to set my laptop up on it. And then do some streams of me playing games that will run on my laptop, which aren't many if I'm honest, but I'm going to link to it. I did a video series way before I started vlogging called Sheepdog's FTL Adventure. FTL is like a sci-fi game where you're in this ship, you're fleeing away from an army that are chasing you across the map. It's different every turn, every round. There's no two games are the same. It's impossible to beat at the end. Like, you have to be really good at it. But the idea is you have to travel through 10 different maps to get to the end, and then the end boss kind of chases you across the map, just destroying points until you end up against it. So you have to try and just build your arms up, build your defenses up, get a crew together, and then beat the enemy. I've got to the enemy maybe 3-4 times, even though I've played this game about 200 times, and I just can't beat it ever. So I started this video years ago in the hope that I could beat it, never did. And then I thought, you know what would be really good? If I just got a group of people on Twitch and everyone just talked me through it, do this, do that, we debate it as a team. When I stop at a shop, people can tell me what to buy. When sometimes it gives you a 50-50 choice. Do you want to pick this person up or do you want to leave them on the planet? And sometimes you pick them up and they join your crew. Sometimes you pick them up and they kill your crew. You just don't know. So yeah, I figured it'd be a perfect one to start streaming on. That's my aim. I think once I've got the desk, I'm going to set up a laptop there, have a webcam pointed at me, and then I'm just going to talk and play and have a laugh with people, and it should be fun. Once I've got into the habit of doing that, and I reckon I can get away with convincing Claire that it's worth me doing, I'd like to then invest in a proper computer, not to like Kev Chapman levels where I spend thousands of thousands, but just one that can play modern games, and then that way I can do more games on there. Can start looking at streaming stuff, maybe play it on the telly and just film it, but be able to sit in a nice position. But I thought, basically, I saw a picture on Reddit. I'm very suggestible. I didn't realize how suggestible I was, but there was a thing that said like how to become successful or whatever it was, how to successfully complete a project, and it was saying that now is better than soon, and doing it now is better than waiting until the time is right. Making do with what you've got is better than waiting till you've got stuff. Stop making excuses, blah blah blah. It was all these pictures of people, just general excuses. So I kind of was waiting for my garage to be converted so that I'd have a room to do it in, because I genuinely didn't think I had anywhere to fit a desk. But then I sort of was looking at that, and then I thought, I could just clear this out and put a desk here. And it's weird how inspiration strikes, but I've been riding that wave. And I thought, once I've got the desk here, and I can do those streams, I'll have a better place to record these, because I mean, it's already better. I'm sat on a proper chair. I'm right up close to the camera. Yeah, there's a bit of a gap there, but I'm kind of thinking if I sat up a bit straight, if my posture was better, then I'd kind of fill the camera a bit more. And yeah, I'm just thinking, I don't know, there's little things I could tweak, and I can start improving it and building on it. And then when I do have the garage, that can be the kind of the grand upgrade that says, look, now I've got a proper space. Now I've got a backdrop. Instead of it being a TV and stuff, I'll put a proper like green bit on the wall or something. I had to move the camera slightly because I realized I've scratched up the wall areas. I'm sort of literally right on it. You know, to my right is the bed. It's like I'm really squeezed in. If I was a bit fatter, I'd fill the whole gap. Maybe, well, considerably fatter, but I'd still fill the gap. But yeah, I'm really excited. It's given me a proper kick for just like, yes, I can do this. This is something I can get into. I watched one of Pav's streams and really enjoyed seeing him playing and chatting to his group and that. It was fun. It was like, you know, that's what I want to do. I enjoy it. So that feels good. That's cool. Doesn't mean I'm going to not do these though. I've got plenty to talk about on these still. And I love doing them. One of the things I've been doing for the past 2 and a bit weeks now is every day I've been going out exercising, and every other day I've been doing Joe Wick's, the body coach, workout with Claire. We finished the 7 days of sweat, it was called, which was actually, we did 8 videos because we started on the wrong video. Well, not the wrong video, we started on a different video and then discovered 7 days of sweat afterwards. That was a really, really fun workout, except on day 6, and I'm not ashamed to admit, I had a proper hissy fit and stormed off. Every day, so day 1 to 5, was basically 30 or 40 seconds on and then 30 or 20 seconds off. So you do your exercise, star jumps, running on the spot, push-ups, whatever it was, and you do them for 30 seconds and then you'd have a 30-second rest, or you do them for 40 seconds and have a 20-second rest. And it was fine. You know, by the end of the 20 minutes, I was dead every time. And at day 1, my legs were aching like mad. Day 2, I felt a little bit better. Well, I say day 2, I was doing it every other day with Claire. And I'd just go and have a shower and I'd feel fine afterwards. I feel pretty buzzing actually. And then on day 6, he just started and he said, oh, I've just been out at the pool having a couple of pina coladas. And then I remembered I got to do my video for the day. We're going to have a tough one today. We're just going to do 20 minutes out. We're not going to have any breaks. We're just going to do 20 minutes, no breaks. Here we go. And I was like, what? No, I can't do that. No, thank you. I'm not just doing 20 minutes straight. The 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off was just right for me to make me not die. I'd have I'd have half a pint of water and I'd get back to it. And I drink my drink and I drink half of Claire's drink because I was just that thirsty while doing it. But it was really, really good. It was really, you know, getting me going. So I think it was about 12 minutes of this one. And then I was just like, no, I can't do this anymore. He's an idiot. What's he doing? He's completely ruined it. And Claire was like, well, just don't do any more then. You've obviously hit your limit. It's fine. And I was like, oh, but I really want to try and do them all. And she was like, you don't have to. If you don't want to do it, just go. I'm focusing on my bit. I've got to do it. So I was like, oh, I'm going upstairs then. Then I was like kicking off upstairs, like to myself. I was just like getting changed. Then I was putting my clothes back on thinking, no, I'm going to go back down. And I ended up coming back down. And I was really like, Claire, you should make me do this. She was like, I'm not making you do anything. And I was like being a bit mean, like childish, like you should have forced me. And then I thought, no, I'm sorry, I was being unfair. I was like, but why has he done this? Why is he making this so hard? What an idiot. And then I missed like 2 minutes basically, and then I did the next 6 out of it. So I did about 18 out of the 20. I'm not gonna say I did it flat out, but at the end of it, I was like, oh, I'm so dead. Like, what a moron. Right at the end of the video, Joe Wicks lost count. He thought he thought he was only 10 minutes through. And that's when I was like, he's like, with 10 minutes down, 10 minutes to go. And I was like, this is ridiculous. I am dying. Why has he ramped this up so much? And then his alarm went off and he was like, oh, I lost count. We've done 20 minutes. I'm really sorry, everyone. And Claire and I were both like, oh, okay. And I was like, I felt so embarrassed that I'd kind of been raging at 18 minutes, thinking that we were only sort of 11 minutes in and that we were, yeah. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm such a child, Claire. I was like, I just got really upset. I was upset because I really had been doing it. And I just thought, it's fine being stretched a little bit. Every day had been a little bit harder than the day before and I'd risen to it. But this was just like, he'd taken the floor out from under me and said, float or whatever. And it was impossible. I couldn't do it. It was just like, no. But having that 2 minutes off where I just stormed around getting really angry and then come back downstairs was actually enough. So then yesterday he told us that was going to be the worst day. And it turned out to be fine. He basically did, I think he learned his lesson because he did, I think it was 40 on, 20 off. But he was doing 2 at a time. So it's like you do star jump, star jump, star jump, run on the spot, run on the spot, run on the spot, star jump, star jump, star jump. And I was instead of shouting in anger this time, I let out the phrase, "I did one proper push-up." Really proud of myself. Claire was like, "Oh, well done." Like, I felt like a child again, but it was for good reasons that time, because normally it said if you can't do a proper push-up, kind of do it on your knees. But, you know, I always thought that was a bit of a, you know, that's not really a push-up. But actually, if you do it right, you are feeling it in your shoulders and your arms and everything, and it's hard. So I was kind of like, okay, I'll do that. And then I think yesterday's ones, it was like you were running on the spot and you jumped down and you did 2 push-ups. And I jumped down and I just went down and up, down and up. And I was like, they were proper, my arms were proper lifting me up and down there. It's like my arms finally figured out where they were supposed to be to do it. So for the rest of the thing, I didn't do them perfectly every time, but I did them better. So I got really excited then, because I was like, okay, that means I can almost do a push-up on command. Yeah, if I keep doing these videos, then maybe in another week or a week after that, I can just do push-ups. And then at that point, I can start seeing how many I can do. I mean, you know, when I was a kid, I could just never do it. My arms would not bend. I did not know how to bend my arms to make it work. I could be right down flat, try and push up, and I just wouldn't move, or my shoulders would hurt like mad. But I think all of the different things you've been making us do have helped. On top of that, I've been going for the walks every day, sorry. And then, when was it? I think it was Saturday. I got my bike. So I went out on my bike on Saturday, Sunday, and again today. What day is it? It's Tuesday, is it? I can't remember. Is it Tuesday? Doesn't matter. Either way, I went out on the bike, biked around town. So yes, I think yesterday I biked kind of on the field, round in circles, off down the shops, come back, and Claire was like, "You've only gone 15 minutes." And I'd done the whole route I'd normally walked. So I was kind of like, normally that walk takes me like half an hour. I've done the whole lot. I was a lot hotter, a lot more worn out, because I'd set the gears quite low, so it was harder to pedal, because I'm trying to get it right. I felt like if it was too easy, my legs were just flapping around really fast. And so I was trying to make it in between, but I ended up just putting it all the way to the highest setting. Today, I went on a much longer ride, and I was out about the same length of time, but I ended up covering, like, I went in a big circle round Deepin and covered lots more ground. And even then, Claire was like, "It's only just under half an hour, about half an hour." And I was like, well, that's good. If I can do that in half an hour, that's even better, because it means that I know I've done quite far. I knew I wasn't worn out, but I felt like I was sweaty and I was hot, and I was just like, okay, that's good enough for an evening in the week, you know. I kind of think eventually I'll be able to go even further in the same amount of time and come back, and it's all great progress. So I'm excited. It gave me an idea. Someone said to me, "Why don't you get some stuff for your birthday for your bike?" Because I've been struggling with the whole birthday idea still. And being the geek I am, I had a quick look at things and thought, no, I don't really need any of that. Claire's already got like a bum bag thing that I can put it around my waist, put my t-shirt over it, so I don't really get, you know, I don't really want to have a bum bag there. I think they look a bit, I don't know, they don't suit me. But I put my phone in that, job done. And I was just like, what do I really need? I've got a helmet. You know, I kind of thought I don't really want to get gloves or anything like that. That seems a little bit over the top. Nobody out riding, which I've been looking at other people, but no one's wearing elbow pads or knee pads, which I was a little bit worried about falling off, but I've been fine so far. So of all the things I could have invested in, I've asked Claire to get me a Gotcha, which is a Pokemon Go app thing that you wear on your arm. You hook it up to your phone. It does all the catching and spinning for you, so you can just go about your business. Claire's excited because it means when we go shopping, I'm not there going, yeah, all right, I'll be there in a minute. Yep. Yeah, hang on one sec. I would literally just be walking around while it does it all for me and tells me. But from my point of view, when I'm riding the bike, I can just ride around, and when I get back, I can be like, oh, I caught that. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, cool. Okay, nice one. Brilliant. And, you know, if it all goes to plan, that'll be. I'll probably get back and be like, I didn't catch anything. I'm out of balls. But I'm thinking I'm more likely to go out and use it if I can go out and catch, you know, 50, 60 Pokemon. I'm more likely to use it if I need to go get some red balls for Pokemon because I need more balls or whatever. It's just an incentive to go out. Oh, I need to go catch something. I might as well bike it. Brilliant. Sorted. So that's cool. My plan is to wear that when I'm out and about and leave my, because I've got the Pokeball that come with Let's Go Eevee, and I hang that in my car. So when I'm driving around, it'll just go off if something spawns at a traffic light or whatever, and it'll catch it. But it'll also just spin any stops I drive by at the right speed. So you have to be under 28 mile an hour. So if I'm ever in a 30 zone, I always drive at 28, and I'm just like poodling along at slightly under the speed limit, knowing that I'm just building up my eggs and my balls and everything. And it's just, you know, again, it's just passively loading up the game. It doesn't count any steps, because you know, anything over, I think, 8 mile an hour, it doesn't count. So I'm not gaining anything filthy out of it. Like, I don't want it to think I'm athletic. I just want it to gather up resources. I can play the game when I want. But yeah, works for me. It's all good. Anything to keep me going is cracking. I'm trying to think what else to get though. Claire's like, there are 3 days left and you've had no ideas. I moved all my comics downstairs. That's something I was really excited about, moving this desk out. Is I had all these comics underneath the thing. Like, I've got a Kallax here from IKEA. I moved all the comics down to our bookshelf. I put a picture up on Twitter, and that's meant I might actually, I worked out I've got something like 20 comics I need to read that are about this thick. So I need to read them. Once I've read them, I can start asking for graphic novels again for my birthdays and Christmas and stuff. So I'm thinking maybe I need to read them all between now and Christmas, and then I'll be back off that problem and I can start filling that shelf even further. I've got like these games here I've already played. These 4 I need to play. But they're all 80-hour games, so it's like, what, 320 hours worth of game there, give or take. Maybe not quite. I think it's Red Dead, Final Fantasy VII Remastered, and I've forgotten the other one. Spider-Man. I don't know what the 4th one is, actually. The 4th one is, I realised I could turn around. Actually, the fourth one's Last of Us, which I already completed. So it's not 320 hours, it's 240. Still a lot of hours, though. It's basically 10 days straight without sleeping, which would be a good starting stream if I was to start streaming PlayStation games and just not sleeping for 10 days. I could get that sponsored by Red Bull, probably, and see what happens from there. We had some more slightly boring stuff happen. I had a really weird thing happen. Basically, I got a letter through like a week and a half ago saying your Help to Buy on your house is due in March. You need to sort it out. You owe the government 20% of the value of your house. So basically, when we bought the house, they put down £40,000 towards the house, which meant we only had to find the rest. All good, really helpful. They said to us, what happens is you buy the house and then in 5 years' time you remortgage, you cover that off. Sorted. So I got that letter and I thought, right, I need to figure out what that's going to be, what the house is worth, what the mortgage is going to be, blah, blah, blah. So I sat and I typed in mortgage calculator and I sort of put a number in and I said, like, you know, this is how much I think it's worth. This is how much I want to pay it over. And I was just pressing go and the phone rang. And it was like, oh, is that Mr. Bass? Yeah, how you doing? It's so-and-so. We sorted out your mortgage 5 years ago. And I was like, what? And I said, did you have an alert to say that I'd been looking? And they're like, yeah, the moment you went online to look, we got an alert to say that you were ready to look at renewing your mortgage. And I thought, I genuinely don't know what I clicked that made them do that. I literally typed in on Google mortgage calculator and clicked the first one on there, and somehow this company got an alert to say that I was looking. I was like, that's just insane. I don't understand cookies and all these things, and I should, because I've got a degree in IT. But yeah, basically, they got an alert instantly. She rang me, someone rang me back today. They talked me through all the rigmarole. I've basically got to get the bank to value the house so they can tell us what their lenders, Help to Buy have to value the house so that they can tell us what we owe them. I've got to pay that. I'm like, ugh. No one mentioned this. I have to pay like £1,000 to get the house valued, the solicitors to sort it, and some admin fee to bloody get them to tell me that I owe them. I think it's going to be like, I don't know, 50 grand in total, I think, something like that. Which, you know, on the plus side means the house is worth more. The mortgage stuff's fine. I think overall, other than being £1,000 down, which I was like, no, because I've been sat there on the PC Specialist looking at PCs around the 1200 mark thinking, if I just save up over a couple of months, you know, I can convince Claire that this is worth me getting and I'll pay most of it now and a little bit later and all of this. And I had it all in my head, just ticking along thinking, I've only got to get past Christmas and January, February time, you know, it'll all be easier. And yeah, this stupid Help to Buy. No one mentioned this. I mean, I'm not like with the freehold thing, I was angry because there was lots of reasons to be angry, but on Help to Buy, it's just like, okay, that makes sense. They always said there was an admin fee. I just assumed it'd be a cheap little thing. I did not know about the rest. That's a pain, but I need to find a valuer who will come around and tell me that the house is worth a £5 so that they will say, oh, well, we want our quid, please. And I go, there's your £1, see you later. But that's probably not going to happen. It's probably going to end up being, yeah, I'll owe them lots. But it's fine. It's fine. The house is worth more. We will own more. The mortgage luckily works out something like 15 quid more than we were already paying if we get the deal we looked at today. So that's good. I was worried that they were going to say, right, we want blood, we want kidneys, we want your spleen, hand it over, and they'll just kick me in the nuts afterwards to say thank you. But no, it's fine. It sounds all right. Touch wood. If this is wood, I think, are these wood? Is this Kallax wood? It doesn't feel like wood. It feels like wood covered in plastic. But yeah, there's actually I can see the wood underneath it. I'm going to touch that bit because that's the good luck bit. So yeah, it's all cool. I feel like that's a load off my mind. having that load off my mind has, again, freed up. I think the fact I'm doing more exercise, the fact I'm not stressing about that mortgage thing, and the fact I had this idea have really, really kicked me on with being excited about stuff and wanting to do things. One of the things I asked for my birthday from my parents was a load of books about writing, which I've been reading lots. How to pace a story, how to like plot things out, just things that I kind of thought, I kind of know how to do it. I feel like I've learnt enough from reading. I read enough on websites, but I just want to see what people say in these books. And they do seem useful. They're quite easy to read because they're good writers, so they've made it really easy to read. So I've been reading all of that. I was writing a screenplay with someone. I think I mentioned this last time I did a video, but I've been writing it for ages with them. And we got together on a call the other day and just had a chat about what we were doing. Reading this book's helped me plot that out. And again, I'm just now when I'm watching telly, I'm sat there tapping away on that, doing bits and pieces. I'm trying to do a sort of a chapter a month until we've got 6 sorted, and then we're going to refine it, and then see what we can do with it. So that's exciting. I feel like now I'm in that mood and I'm getting into doing that more, and, you know, getting in the habit of just having it open and writing. I'm also looking at what other stories I can resurrect from like other things I've written, and I'm thinking that would be quite cool. I'd like to get them done. Part of me thinks I wish I'd done this months ago, because I could have said to Claire, oh, my birthday present could be paying for an editor to edit this story I wrote, but it's not the right time. Maybe that'll be Christmas. I just need to actually finish writing it. I think that one is about 3/4 of the way through, and I literally just need to push towards the end. There's like a turning point, and then I have to just go end it. And I remember writing the turning. It's not like a twist or anything like that. It was just something happens, and then it's like, right, now we can start going towards the end. And I just got to that bit, something happens, and then I just put it aside, and then I've not gone back to it for months. And it's like, come on, Sheepdog. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I do feel really G'd up, really busy. I think having a space, having this set up, once it's actually set up, because at the moment it is a mess. I won't show you it, but there are like wires and poles and webcams and boxes just all over this behind the camera. And once there's a desk here, I can properly set it up, and I can just feel like, boom, this is my writing space. This is Claire's space to have her meetings and work. This is my space to record. This is my space to vlog, live stream, whatever. And it's just going to become, that's it. My evenings will be more about that. Yeah, I think at the moment, all Claire and I have been doing is watching Parks and Recreation, because every programme we've ever seen has finished. Everything we watch is done for the year because of COVID. So it's like Parks and Rec, we're a season and a half away from finishing that for good. And then I've got nothing. So I'm thinking, once that's done, I'm refusing to take any more shows on, and then I'm just going to write, because that seems like the sensible thing to do. Yeah, I feel like it's been really productive. I feel really good. We decided on the last thing that we talked about last week about Ollie's blood test. We are going to go ahead with it. I booked it for, I think it was the 2nd of September. Claire's going to take him down there. I had a really good chat with him where I just said to him, you have a choice. I said, you have to go for your blood test, and I know it's worrying you a bit. He instantly started freaking out. I said, you've got a choice. You can either have like a white gel put on you under a see-through plaster, and it will numb your arm over a while, and then they'll take the blood test and it'll be fine. Or they can spray you with a cold spray that they've said will feel cold and weird, but it will numb you really quickly, and then it's job done. I said there's pros and cons there, because you have to wait around with the first one, but it's cold on the second one. And they offered to let us apply it ourselves and drive him there with it on, and I thought, he's just going to pull it off. It's not, that seems like a terrible plan. But I said to him, you will be fine. I said, they just literally hold your arm, and then they just go right in, and then you look away, and they take it. I said, I've had hundreds of them. Annoyingly, I said to him, look, I had one on my arm. Where do you think I had it? And he literally just put his finger right on where the needle went the other day. And I thought, there's not even a mark there. How did he know? Like, he literally put it on the dot. I mean, there is it looks more like a freckle, but he literally put it on the dot. I know that's where it was. He didn't see the plaster. I don't know how he did it, but he was like, there. And I said, why there? And he went, it just looked like a point where you take blood. And I was just like, all right, clever clogs. But I said to him, that is it. And I said, I've had so many. I said, Mummy's had so many. I said, even Ben's had one. I don't think Ben has had one, but I told him Ben had one when he was little. He was like, Ben's a baby. And he's not really a baby. I don't think he's had a blood test. I don't see why you would have at that age. I can't remember. But either way, he was a bit like, I don't really want to have it. I said, well, no one wants to have them, but they are genuinely fine. You'll be worried, and then you'll laugh at how easy it was. And then after a little while, he was calming down, and I said to him, look, I know what will make it better. I said, if you have it and you're a big boy about it, I'll get you some Minecraft, what's it called, Mine coins. I said, I'll get you 10's worth of mine coins. And he was like, oh, and I said, see, that's a lot of mine coins, you know, that's a lot of mine coins. And he was like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. I'll be fine. It'll be fine. And then Emily was like, well, I want Robux then. And I was like, no, you know, go and have a blood test and then you can have Robux. So she's a bit miffed, but I got her Robux at the weekend, and the site I used, it's a really good site in that you pay in pounds, but it's buying them from someone in Argentina who's bought them in Argentinian money. So they're getting it at a much cheaper rate. Now, normally the guy I use is really quick and effective and good, and it's all great. This time I asked him if I could buy them, and he said, I've run out. I can log into your account and buy them. They just give me a login. And I was like, no, thank you. I don't want to do that. And he was like, oh, come on, you can trust me. We've worked together before. You just give me your password. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. And then he got really annoyed. And I just thought, okay, this is a con. I'm off. See you later. So I found another seller in the same site, and they just did the normal routine. You join a group, they send you the money into your account, you log out of the group, job done. You know, I got double the bucks, so it was good. It was really, you know, she was happy. It was like £4.50, all good. But yeah, I said to her, you're not having more. You just add some, leave it there. She gets pocket money. She can buy her own. I'm not buying them for her. But Ollie needs the kind of drive to get him over the fact that it is stressful. I think he will be fine. Claire's a bit worried about driving him. I'm not going to go with him because I think I'll make it worse. I'll start getting anxious, and you know, I'm trying to think it'll feed from me to him. Like, I'm trying to be really like, it is genuinely fine. There is nothing to worry about. Like, I have them so often and it's not a problem. I haven't had the results of the one I had the other day, actually. I'm not feeling 100% health-wise in that way. I feel good from the exercise, but I am still feeling like the tiredness and the weird kind of dizzy moments and stuff that come with the low thyroid. So I am thinking it should probably, I don't want to commit to saying it's that, because it could just be that I've got a slight bug, but I'm kind of expecting them to say it's a little off and maybe monitor it or something like that. But anyway, I said to him, they are testing for that you don't have an underactive thyroid. They are testing that you don't have the genetic markers and so forth. He didn't really understand it, so I didn't pressure it too much. But yeah, he's all right. He'll be fine. He'll be good. Everyone's good otherwise. Ben's been enjoying nursery every day. Emily's been having a good time, although she got up really late today. I think she had a bit of a late night, bless her, watching stuff and playing games, and then just was exhausted today. Everything else seems cool. I'm quite excited. On Friday, I pick up my new car. On my birthday's Friday, so I'll pick up my new car on my birthday, and then Saturday and Sunday, my mum and dad are up, Claire's brother's up, so we're going to have a barbecue in the garden if it's sunny, you know, food in the house if it's not, play games, have a laugh. It'll be lovely. It's going to be a good weekend, and then it's Ben's birthday on Tuesday next week, so we just got a good 5 days of fun there. I'm off from Friday to Tuesday, so that's going to be good. I don't think I'll film the family stuff because I don't think anyone there likes being on camera particularly, and it's just a bit intrusive, but I'll try and do something over the time I'm off. I'm hoping we can get the desk ordered and delivered and sorted so I can set it all up and start doing stuff. But I'll link the FTL videos. I'll do one of those, I can't remember what they're called, like cards in the corner. You can click it. It'll probably be further back in the video if I don't remember to do it now. But you should watch them, check it out. It looks a bit slow, and I think in the videos I was a little bit wooden because I wasn't used to doing this. But my plan is on Twitch, I'll be all like, hello everyone, you know, naming characters after people in the chat and stuff like that. It'd be fun. So yeah, fingers crossed it all goes to plan. That's all that I've got to talk about. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're all well, and I'll see you all soon. Cheers.